Now, if I could answer that, that's the Holy Grail. What is the relationship of language to thought? We know that or we all understand intuitively that there is a very close connection between language and thought. They're not exactly the same thing, but at the same time, they're very closely related. What exactly is that relationship? I wish I knew. There are very few experiences or facts that we can bring to bear here. One of the very few, I think, is this. Very often, we try to express ourselves. We say something that we haven't practiced saying before. And in the very act of trying to express it, we know that we're not doing an adequate job. We know that I'm struggling for words, I'm trying to get it out, but it's not coming out the way I want to. The question is, how do we know that? How do we know that our words are inadequate? Presumably, we have somewhere in our minds a model of what we're trying to say. In some form, that thought is there, and so when the words come out of our mouth, we can compare those words to that model we have in our mind and say, no, I'm not doing it right. So there is a sense in which we have thoughts before we have the words for them. I think that's one of the few things that we can know for sure because we find it in our own experience. At the same time, we also know that in the process of trying to express the thought changes. It's as if we were listening to ourselves and almost arguing with ourselves. And as we talked, we sort of set up a dialectic. I've said this, that isn't exactly what I wanted to say originally, but there is something in what I said that's important, and maybe it should go back and change the thought a little bit. So you have these two things working together, the original thought and my attempt to express it, and it generally results in something, if we're lucky, that is better than the original thought, probably contains the original thought, but it goes a little further. We've actually developed it as we try to express it. So it's that doesn't seem like very much, to be going on with when you ask the question, what's the relationship of language to thought? But we have so few pieces of evidence that are hard that we can really grasp that the few that we have to grab onto and hold on to for dear life.